Hello, what's going on, everyone? Hey, yo, it's your boy Mike Gangee Bex. I want to talk about a couple of things in it. I want to talk about something that I got wrong, but I never got it wrong, yeah? And I'm going to explain. The FIFA predictions, yeah? As a lot of you guys know out there, West Ham, alright, yesterday I was saying they beat Tottenham 1-0. Okay, did. Yeah, there's a big but. Tottenham were on to West Ham in it, yeah, and they were on it, yeah, right, and it was a home win in it, yeah. The second thing as well, yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about the Manchester City. I'm never gonna talk about the Manchester City one, yeah, because at the end of the day, that's a void, in it, straight away, because Stephen Ireland was playing, so that's a void, in it. The Arsenal one. All right. West Brom, they beat Arsenal, but Arsenal picked a weak side, and not only just that, yeah, Roman Bednar scored in the FIFA predictions, and it ended 1-0. In this one, it was more entertaining, in it, and it ended 3-2. So that doesn't count, if you know what I'm saying. The FIFA predictions are still wrong, in my opinion. Yeah. Shout out to Jordan, yeah, safe, yeah, and shout out to Ali. Shout out to Jet G, shout out to Ali, shout out to Jordan though. Hold tight, Jordan, man. I'll send this to you straight away though. Safe, yeah. Shout out to Prince. Shout out to all the Pez man them out there, yeah. Cool. But what I want to talk about, and what I said I'm gonna talk about, I want to talk about, yeah, Lionel Messi. Let's talk about Lionel Messi for a second, yeah. A lot of people, yeah, aren't talking about this guy, but I'm gonna talk about Lionel Messi, yeah, the best player in the world, yeah. Who incorporates Lionel Messi better, Pro Evo or FIFA? And the answer is Pro Evo. The reason why I say Pro Evo incorporates Lionel Messi more better is because in Pro Evo you have to use Messi the way how he's like in real life. You don't just get the ball with Messi and then bam, all of a sudden he runs past all these players. Because if you watch a match with Lionel Messi in it, stop, man, don't show off, man, don't. Yeah, if you watch a match here with Lionel Messi in, yeah, that's not what Lionel Messi does. Lionel Messi doesn't like Lionel Messi doesn't try to show this. Oh, damn it! Sorry, man. There's someone showing off here. But yeah, Lionel Messi, yeah, doesn't try to go past all the players all the time. He plays very intelligently, and in Pro Evo, in my personal opinion, this is incorporated 10 times better than FIFA, because in Pro Evo, yeah, when you get the ball with Messi, you have to actually like use like jinking runs, and you can kind of drag defenders in. When the computer when they use Messi as well, you proper see Messi at his best, because when listen, yeah, let me tell you something about Lionel Messi, yeah. I can guarantee you, yeah, any football manager in the world, yeah, if you see Lionel Messi on the team, yeah, that you're playing against Lionel Messi, they're panicking. Any defender, any midfielder, they're panicking. And that's how I feel like when I'm playing Pro Evolution Soccer. When I play against like Barcelona and they pass the ball to Messi, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a good player, I'm a good PES player, but I'm panicking because I don't want Messi to get on the ball because I know he can hurt my team. But in FIFA, I don't think that world class players are. I don't think Messi's able enough. I don't think he's able enough to go past players and able enough to scare defenders and able enough. But in Pro Evolution Soccer, Messi is able. He's able to go past players. He's able to hurt teams. He's able to create danger. And that's what I want to talk about. Another thing I want to talk about, pure and simple, is FIFA is generic. FIFA is a generic game. That's a fact. Because at the end of the day, yeah, if you look at the FIFA predictions, yeah, they're done very generically. I watch like a lot of the FIFA predictions, and there was like about 20 headers that went in, and people talk about how Pro Evolution Soccer there's automatic heading system, but they don't talk about FIFA. In FIFA, come on, man, look how much headers the guy like was getting on goal. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at the real life here, Arsenal versus West Brom was entertaining. It ended 3-2 in it, but in the FIFA game it just ended 1-0. You know what I'm saying? And that's not realistic at all, because Arsenal score goals, and Odemwingie is a good player, and he's not in the West Brom side. So I just think that, let's talk about EA, yeah, and their games for a second, yeah. EA release games like, NBA and, Madsen and all these games, yeah. But at the end of the day, their 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 market, yeah, is basically for children, because all of these games, yeah, that come out and stuff like that, they all fail. You know, they're just like spin-offs. Like the only game that I like from EA, yeah, the only game that I can say this game is wicked that EA do is Fight Night. But the only reason why Fight Night is good is because it's minimized, because it's only two boxers in the ring. You know what I'm saying? It's only two boxers in a football game. There's 22 players that you have to, you know, make carefully and make sure that everyone is perfected. In Fight Night, you know, it's just two boxers, so really there's not much complaint. But I just think here that at the end of the day, this goes to prove, yeah, that like, you know, EA are just, you know, they're just money machines, you know what I mean? Konami, they're not dipping into every market like that. Sure, they got a Saw game that's coming out and Castlemania, but when it comes to Pro Evo, yeah, they put a lot of heart and a lot of soul into the game, if you know what I mean, and it shows. Because at the end of the day, like I said, going back to what I'm talking about, if you compare all of these players, yeah, and you look at them in Pro Evo, yeah, you see that they're better incorporated. I'm gonna name some players, yeah, that are much better incorporated, and you guys out there, yeah, you give me your opinion. I'm gonna name some players: Lionel Messi, yeah, Xavi, Puyol, yeah, Circos, yeah, the Czech Republic player, he's incorporated very well. Who else? Did I say Fernando Torres? I think I did. Nasri, Ashavin, Henri, and another thing as well, yeah, that I want to talk about, yeah, a lot of people are stuck in the past, if you know what I mean. When you play, like, the thing I like about Konami and what they do with Pro Evolution Soccer, yeah, is that at the end of the day, when you play with players like back in the day, like PES 2006, the best players in the world were people like Shevchenko, people like, you know, Thierry Henry, people like Vieri, and people like that. Get your mind out the past. Now, yeah, those players aren't those players that they used to be, and people can't take that. And Konami have implemented them well. Like if you look at Thierry Henry, yeah, like I bought him when I was West Ham or something, but I bought him for like, you know, 15 million. You know, he's a greedy cunt, innit? Like he just wants to go to the person with the highest money, innit? So at the end of the day, yeah, I was able to buy Henry, and I realized, yeah, that the stuff that you can do in PES 2006 with Henry, you can't do in PES 2010. But that's realistic because Thierry Henry is not that player anymore. In FIFA, they don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? They still put players who are good and still put them like, you know, like they're world class now, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? Shevchenko, he's the former player that he used to be. And in Pro Evolution Soccer, you see that. He's not overrated. His stats are just, you know, normal striker stats. You know what I mean? But in PES 2000, in PES 6, his stats were like 90, 92, like 93 attacking. Come on, man. You know what I mean? People out there are just so biased, man. Get your head out the past. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, yeah, like I think that, you know, all round, I just feel that the predictions for FIFA are right. Then they got the West Ham one right, whoopee doo. But out of how many predictions did you get right? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the Manchester City ones are void because Stephen Ireland was playing for them, and Stephen Ireland doesn't play for Manchester City anymore. But at the end of the day, people, next week, no, 2 weeks from now, we're gonna have our hands on a real game. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have our hands on a real Pro Evo game. So when we play in that game, you get me. And people out there are just gonna be biased. But why aren't there no FIFA? Why aren't there no FIFA reviews out, man? There's no FIFA reviews out. You know why aren't there no reviews out for FIFA? Why isn't there? You know, it gets me mad. Why aren't there no FIFA? Bring some reviews out. Someone talks something negative about FIFA. You know how generic their players are and how cartoon, how like the Chelsea squad look decent, but then other teams like Barcelona, you go to players like Maxwell or players like I don't know, you know, other Barcelona players, they just look like cartoon characters like Ren and Stimpy or you know, you know, it looks like you get me. You look at FIFA's players, you look like Ren and Stimpy. You get me. It looks stupid. You get me. But at the end of the day, you look at like Konami, you look at the Japanese art that they put in their game. You can tell like it's been crafted. You get what I'm saying? You know, you can tell it's been crafted. Craftsmanship's going the graphics. You get me? But in EA, they don't care about. They don't care. They just care about taking your money in it. But at the end of the day, yeah, that's you know that's a shame in it. You get me? It's a shame that a lot of biased people out there, you know, can't admit that Pro Evolution Soccer, at the core of it, is just a much better game than FIFA. But you know that's the way life goes sometimes, I guess. You get me? But me, I'm gonna talk about it. You get me? I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna talk about certain things that I think that EA aren't doing, certain things that Konami are doing. You get me? And what they are doing is they got the fundamentals of gameplay right, and EA haven't got that right at all. All they've got right is just getting biased reviewers to say about, oh, this game is a 10 out of 10. Come on, a 10 out of 10. Really, really, IGN. You give FIFA a 10 out of 10. Really, you biased idiots. But anyway, people, it's your boy Mike Gangee Bex. I said I'll be short in it, but when I always say I'm short, I always take long in it. But it's black man time in it. But anyway, people. Oh yeah, talk about black man. Yeah, EA. Yeah, they don't incorporate black people well at all. If you look at certain black people in EA, they look horrible. But if you look at like the Ghana squad, like I said, and if you look at like the Australian squad, you look at certain squad, they incorporate them really, really well. You get me? You look at them and they look proper well. But you know, I can go on and on. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to do a little short thing. But yeah, shout out to Ali, shout out to Jordan, homeboy Jordan. Yeah, I'll chat to you later. You get me? Shout out, you get me, to everybody out there who's a fan, and shout out to the haters as well. You biased fools. But anyway, safe, yeah, and hold tight. Remember, it's not 0.8, it's 1 gram, or it should be 1.2 in it. But anyway, holla, safe, yeah.